Ever since the dawn of time, mankind has wondered a question that has lasted till today. When is the Fire Emblem fanbase going to be a decent place? Remember to like or dislike, send a salt-filled comment about how Icon Sword is canon, and tell everyone else how much of an idiot I am on Reddit, or that horrible site Twitter.
All jokes aside, today I'm going to be making a case for a ship that isn't grounded in canon, or rather seems to be against the idea of being canon in the games themselves, the romance being Norn and Draug in question. Norn and Draug's romance is mainly founded upon a few things. Norn enters the army with Draug in Paralog 4, Norn and Draug have a support bonus, and Norn and Draug are said to have a romantic connection in the 20th anniversary encyclopedia. Well, honestly, I don't feel like any of that makes for any decent evidence for a ship, and here's my reasoning for all of that. Let's break down that Norn enters with Draug. She only enters when you lose a unit and the decoy, so you could potentially miss out on her for the entire game. And in future moments, she appears with someone else, Frey and Sheeta from the 3rd DLC episode. Not only that, but the dialogue she has with Draug in the remake, she wasn't in the original by the way, is minimal, with it being an explanation about why Norn is there in the first place. Norn's support bonus with Draug is admittedly at least grounds for it, but in other materials such as on the Meet the Heroes site when referring to the Fire Emblem Heroes units, Norn's entry doesn't have Draug as an associated character, and Draug only has Marth as his associated character. Now, before you argue that Draug was added earlier and got his Meet the Hero before Norn even was added in, characters mentioning their canon boyfriend/girlfriend is expected with some of these. Examples include Sigurd, Arvis, Ishtar, and Leif, who all have their love as an associated character, or implied love, at the very least. And before we get people saying that they marry a long time after the war and that other characters wouldn't mention characters not in game, then you'd have to deal with Olin mentioning Fred as of this recording who isn't in the game at the very least. Now, one could argue that since Flora doesn't have Jacob as her associated character, that associated characters doesn't mean much when it comes to canon, which is fine if the games had any canon to base them off of. Heck, I'd argue that makes it worse since Draug and Norn's romance is below that of a lovesick maid that everyone makes jokes about. Now, arguing for the 20th anniversary encyclopedia isn't that important to me since it's essentially the Word of God trope, where information is confirmed not from the game, but from the author, and this trope would be fine if we didn't see how badly it's done, thanks to Jay Pinkerton with the Miss Pauline is now gay, except not really, and the Hermione is black tweets from J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling, why? And I guess that's about it for Draug and Norn's relationship, which seems like a short video, I guess, but, you know, I guess I can experiment with Chris and Norn's relationship in the game. So, why not? But, let me change my voice a bit, shall we?
Testing 1, 2, testing 1, 2. Hello there world, my name is Chaos Jester, and today I'm going to be talking about how Chris and Norn have more of a grounding for a ship than Draug. If you ask me, I think Norn kind of traded up. So maybe after this video, people could make a ship tribute to them to the tune of a Cascada song like in 1929. Ready? Let's go! Norn has one castle quote that involves Chris, two voice quotes that involve Chris, and even her confession involves her saying you remind her of Chris, something also mentioned by Katarina. Oh, and her motivation for joining the army was also to see Chris again. In contrast, Draug has one quote. There's someone I swore to protect above all others. This can refer to Norn, or more than likely, this can refer to Marth, since this is Marth's night, after all. Oh, and maybe we should throw in that she is implied to have a huge crush on Chris in-game, which is more than what we can see from her and Draug, which is absolutely nothing. Even in the endings where Draug's endings are, Draug was put in charge of an outland garrison, the people there soon came to love their kind but stalwart protector, and, following Marth's orders, Draug became the commander of Gruff's garrison. Neither of them mentioned marriage, when other endings mention something along the lines of, Jelena and Julian raise an orphanage together. Merrick and Nord Linde for Marth's sister. Marth and Seda make Katria cry. Heck, in the game where Chris was the protagonist, Nord had more interactions with people other than Drog, with the only chapter she and Drog could have dialogue together being a conversation between her and Chris. Heck, if you really want to go the extra mile, one could plant the idea that since Chris wanted to have his name removed from history, and that Nord went on to live an uneventful life in her ending, one could argue that, with some grounds, that Chris could have married Nord, but the marriage and all of his records would have been removed from history at his request. The point being, Chris and Nord is obviously the better ship, and Drog is as forgettable as his appearance in Heroes.
And now for a very special episode of Boktai, The Power of the Sun is in your hands.
Oh, woe is me, Jenga. I'm so horribly boring and underdeveloped, no one shall ever share with me the everlasting compassion and romance to set my heart ablaze like the sun.
Oh, Lita, my darling, I think you're a wonderful woman. You're a kind, beautiful, loving person I'd gladly force the sun to shine down upon.
You mean it?
Yes, Lita. Will you be my eternal ray of sunshine?
Oh.
Huh?
Yeah, about that,
What?
I sorta have this giant crush on your, evil twin.
You what?
Oh, there he is now! Sabata, my love! Over here!
Oh, God, get away from me, you fucking stalker!
Call me!
I don't even have a phone! Shut up!
Oh, he's wonderful.
Goodbye, cruel world! Oh, God, it burns! Oh, God, my